Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Diablo 3. We have jumped in outside of Monday Night Gaming and I'm actually having a look at my season journey and I see that there's just 3 bits for me to tick off chapter 1. The first is doing a Nephilim Rift, second is killing, Spider Queen, and the third is killing another Spider Queen. So we're going to jump in and we're going to do the 2 Spider Queens first. I've not changed any of my equipment over since I re-geared for level 70, which we are using Ashira's stuff, the Undisputed Champion, and the Guardian's partial set at the moment because the Undisputed Champion is taking the third part of that. It would be quite nice if we had the Ring of Raw Grandeur, but it's still very early days at the moment. I've bumped it up to Torment, Torment 1, so heading to, is it the High Heavens I want? Let's have a quick look. North, Diablo as well. None of the Spider Queens are there. Azmodan, gone. Sidea, there she is. So we're going to go and kill Sidea first, and then we'll come back and do Ariana. Now we're still very much getting to grips with this character and what the playstyle is. I've had a couple of thoughts for how I want things to maybe go, and I'm not sure what's going to be the best, so it's really going to depend on how this plays out and which way we go. I do love Whirlwind, but I don't know if Whirlwind is a viable long-term build or if it's just something that's going to be a passing fancy. Certainly I also love the Ancients, but as we build more of our Barbarian based sets, these will play out as things that I can try and see what works, what doesn't work, if I can do partial set bonuses and still get away with it. Certainly having the Ancients last forever would be something I push for. Only having 2 parts of the set I think is necessary for that. So it should be pretty easy for us to balance that with something else. As I said, a Ring of Raw Grandeur would be awesome. To go with that, I'm looking at Focused and Restraint because spenders and generators are very, very well tied together as far as Barbarians go. Keeping Fury up and spending it with Whirlwind, at least. And the final option that I was looking at is potentially a Rend-based build because there is a belt that I saw called Lamentation which allows Rend to stack twice. Combined with another one of the legendary set bonuses, that has the potential to be quite powerful with Rend's damage being massively increased. So we'll see how it goes anyway. At least for now we're going to be running through on Torment 1 and doing some of these season journey paths. And the only difference from the last time is I've changed Frenzy over so that for each stack it increases my damage. So getting up to 5 stacks actually just makes it a flat 25% bonus damage, which is awesome. While I was off camera I also did a little bit of research. It turns out that Oculus can trigger not just from yourself but also from your followers. So where I've got Ashira's set at the moment, I could make a full set of followers with the Oculus ring and get 4 of those little Oculus rings that you see on the ground. They don't stack on top of each other, but it would potentially increase the amount of space that I've got for triggering the effect. Another plus 80% damage, which is after everything else has been calculated. That's quite a lot.
No way.
So certainly worth considering.
My mind is my own again.
Unfortunately, these, once they're stuck in their place, they don't get drawn in by the whirlwind buffalo. You know what? We're not messing around. We'll just get the Ancients out whenever they're on cooldown. And one of the other build options I was thinking is just reduce the cooldown on Threatening Shout and maybe put Warcry in there. Wrath of the Berserker is always an option as well if I can get away with not needing Ignore Pain. so I should not be shy about using all of these benefits as they come along. And because it is just me rather than me and Matrix, everything should be a little bit easier to kill in general. Of course, we'll see if that actually pans out as I expect. One of the things I quite like about the Barbarian and having a look into the sets is how varied and different they are. It's not just like variations on the same theme, it is very specific builds that are based very differently. So the Whirlwind one is partly Ren based, and the Furious Charge one is entirely Furious Charge, and then there's one that just deals with the Ancients and making them more awesome. And, a pet-based Barbarian build could be fun, but I don't know if it's going to have the legs to take it to higher rift levels. But as with every single set, there is of course the set dungeons. So at some point, I'm sure we will have a look at it and see if it's something we can make work for us. All of the whirling through everything, and it does feel like this killing speed is slow, but you have to remember that I am using just a regular yellow two-handed... Oh no, I'm using Soul Smasher. Well, Soul Smasher's not brilliant anyway. It's not ancient at any rate, and I have just bumped up to Torment 1, so... Apologies for the slightly low killing speed, but Furious Charge, as you saw, does a huge amount of damage to non-elite mobs. Alright, come on team, let's get moving. What's that? Frenzy Triad, always take that.
The ancient smile on me.
Furious Charge, when it's stacked perfectly, it does do a huge amount of damage and refunds its Fury cost / cooldown immediately. So, as far as sets go, the Raycor set, I've got 2 pieces of it at the moment. They're sat in my stash. They're sat in my stash because the first bonus from it is just that it refunds it if you only get 1 target hit, which is nice, but it's not enough to move across to just by itself. Get a little bit more, maybe I'll switch across to it, and maybe we'll try and build based around it, but for the moment it is just sat in there as well, it's the space. So Frenzy up and all of the Whirlwind, and this is actually going to be really good. Let's have a look at how our damage does. So just frenzying, tick, 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 tick. Furious Charge. Didn't really see much of a noticeable.
Why are you hurting me?
And she's bungered off, but we'll have to remember how fast that went so that when I fire the Whirlwind, we can see if it makes that much of a difference. There she is.
Not ready yet.
I say we'll see if it will make that much of a difference. It looks like it's going down a little bit faster, but really hard to tell because I call the Ancients in because I'm impatient.
No.
Alright, first bit ticked off. Let's grab that Diabolic Horde. We don't care so much about the bounty. We just want all of the loot, and we are going to head back to Act 1 and well, not Venomite, but Ariane. And while I'm here, I will put that in cooldown reduction. Oh god, the spider cameras. Can't actually pay attention to where that directional indicator is going. No, don't care about any view. We're just looking for the spider queen. Spider queen's not that one. So we're running past everything. Literally, because this place is hell to nap. In fact, while we're here, Tiny and deadly, eh? You're gonna die just because I'm annoyed with this place.
Back to hell, dog.
Back to hell indeed.
I can't.
Come back here. Whirling, whirling, whirling doom. Now, strong arm braces with Furious Charge would be a very cool combination. Plus 30% damage on everything that I hit for like a couple of seconds after I anti-smack it. If I'm smacking it, it's probably going to die anyway because I'm directly attacking it. I think that works. I know Matrix isn't here, but we may as well tag it. There we go.
Untouched until her voice came to me. Then I knew how I must serve. I must kill.
Maybe one of my followers will pick it up.
Mistress and the dark power that created her. I have been chosen.
Yeah, we don't care about any of you. We're just passing straight on through. Passing through. Oh, we'll go back into it.
I will not be denied.
We're only doing this because there's a bounty in the area and these are easy kills. I mean, seriously, these are so easy kills. Let's take the ancient team for us. That's fine.
The ancients smile on me.
The ancients are laughing, that's why. Now, inevitably, I've been doing a right wall hug, and a left wall hug would probably have been better in this situation.
I will enjoy this.
It's always the nature of these things. Oh, goddamn shielded.
Your flesh.
Still, Furious Charge, Furious Charge, Furious Charge. All of the angry charging, it almost refunds itself because it's having things out. Oh, well, that's the bounty done. I would say so now we can just run through everything,
No
but
way.
I can't leave something part closed. That's just rude. Grab that. Oh, there's still one there. There we go. Death's Breath. And I will need many, many, many of these. Alright, so we're going to switch off the left wall hug and switch to right wall hug. Nice variety there, I'm sure you're all agreeing.
Guides my hand.
Nightmarish. Nearly got them all. Nearly. Right, let's just focus on the big one. Oh god, he ran away. Alright, fine. 12, 11, 8. Just die already. There we go. Alright. Moving on. Moving swiftly on.
How tastes your fear? I can't.
This looks promising, for varying definitions of promising. Let's stop and kill these Moltons. Make sure we're not directly in the middle of
No
them when
way.
they die.
I've gained new power.
Even with level gaining, its bounty is slightly painful. Oh, what do you know? Paragon 20. And another Death's Breath. Let's grab these because we're going to need crafting ingredients and charging on this way. This looks like it could be the way. Perfect. Alright. And then after this, we've just got to run a single rift and we should be golden. Okay, now this is of course taking into account the extra 25% damage, so now watching it without that.
More fury.
And I ran out of fury. Well, I'm going to have to just assume that they're roughly equal and just vary my playstyle accordingly. I will eventually do the maths for it to find out what works and what doesn't, but until I have a set, or at least a build based around a specific skill, there's no point focusing on it. Hell, we'll throw like Ignore Pain into the mix just because we can. Look at that shield, all running around me. Although somehow I think I'm not in danger of dying. Lovely stuff. Let's kill the queen. We'll get the entire party in on this. Just as she runs away, of course. Ain't no party like a barbarian party.
Impossible.
Here she is. Alright. Furious charge down to 82 million. Actually, your set does make a huge difference when your followers get involved. I know they only do about 10% of the damage that you're putting out if they're geared well-ish when you just get level 70, but it still can make a massive difference with the added crit chance and all the other skills that they throw into the mix. Here we go. Job done. And a set helm. I will take that. Let's have a look. What is this? That actually looks pretty cool. If it's a waste one, I'm going to be dead chuffed. Oh, it's Immortal Kings. Well, I do want 2 parts of that. So that's one part. And that more. It gives me more damage. I lose some of my survivability. You know what? This is totally worth it. And look at that. It looks awesome. Okay, Paragon points. Resist all and resource cost reduction. Perfect. Let's head back to town and we'll get rid of this junk. We'll get rid of that as well. And we can open up a rift. So gone. And to be fair, we made that. It was only a placeholder really until we had something better to put on our face. That goes up there. This comes across here. So, we could swap some gems out. Helm plus 35% experience. What? It will help us get Paragon levels. And at the moment we're not really needing resistance or vitality or anything. So yeah, why not? That's quick leveling right there. Nothing else needs more gems. So cool. We are just going to hop into a rift. Before we do that, right? So, Immortal King's Eternal Reign Torso. Let's go for Torso.
I cannot afford that.
And that was all we could afford. Wow, that was totally worth it. All right, into a rift.
Many Nephilim have stood where you are now, but few succeeded in overcoming the trial.
Well, there's always the chance of getting decent loot inside of a rift. Goddamn ghosts. This rift is slightly emptier than I would normally expect. Oh, there we go. That's better. All right. Oh, wow. Okay, Furious charge time. Just blowing everything up. It's like a massive area of effect where I am the missile. So Furious charge build looks like it would be quite fun. I do love Whirlwind though. I don't know if the two would mesh quite as well as I would like. Although Furious Charge does generate Fury, and well, we'd obviously use it, so the two together would work well with Focus and Restraint. So you don't quite get enough mobs around, and then it kind of falls down. I don't know what the primary damage dealer is, whether it's Whirlwind or Furious Charge.
Vulkatos guides my hand. Impossible.
Or Death Threats. Obviously we need more bounty ingredients before we can do anything ultra funky, but
I can't.
oh, and there was something that adds to the amount of damage on Furious Charge based on your speed, so let's just scroll down. So movement speed plus 107% because of the speed shrine. Yeah. I think it increased it based on 250% of your movement speed. So if your movement speed is 100%, that's potentially, depending on how the phrasing goes, 2,500% increased damage on Furious Charge. Probably not. It's probably only 250%, but. All right. Getting right in the middle of everything with all of the whirling dervish. Maybe we could do reflect damage at the same time, not like in the Thorn kind of way, but like the actual whirling dervishes. What is my health pickup radius? I grabbed stuff from across the map there. 26 yards? What the shit? 2, 4, 6. How the hell did it get up to 26 yards? That takes it down to 24. 22. Wait, and all. Not that. Not that. 2, 4, 6. I have no idea what the hell went on with that. Alright, we'll pop down there in a moment. I'm just going to build up some fury and stuff just in case. I want to check that out. No, still 6.
I need fury.
Still 6. That must have been a bug. That must have been a bug. 26 just doesn't happen. Unless the speed shrine itself actually gives a huge bonus to pickup radius. Which would be cool if it does, but I didn't actually look at how long there was left on it. That one's dead.
No way.
All of the whirling through, all of the pain. While we're passing through, we'll just grab the loot. And our killing speed is not particularly bad. We're just not brilliant against mobs and individuals at the same time. Mobs, sure. Individuals, sure. Everything at once? No, we're not a demon hunter. Okay. Onwards and downwards. Hello. There we go.
Foe worth killing.
There's more arcane, frozen,
I will not
molten
be denied.
craps. Alright, that's a nasty combination to try and be in the middle of.
Still recharging. How tastes your fear?
I quite like those Oculus rings appearing when I'm in the middle of doing awesome stuff though. Very, very handy. We're just gonna double check. Nope, just 6 yards. Yeah, it must have been the shrine. There's no other explanation I can think of. Yeah, don't mind about you. You guys just carry on doing what you're doing. I'm just looting the area. And to be fair, I probably shouldn't quite be on Torment at the moment. I do have the survivability, but I don't quite have the kill streak to power through this in a reasonable period of time. I reckon I'll be able to do the lower rifts at this level. I'm not in any danger of dying, but at the same time, the speed is not what I'm used to. I've been spoiled by wizards with Disintegrate. That's what's happened. Ooh, more blues. Let's get in the middle of these guys.
I will not be denied.
I do actually think it's a combination of the two. It's a combination of Whirlwind and Furious Charge is my best damage dealing. And then when it gets down to individuals, I can just focus on them and murder them horribly. But, generally, it seems to be pretty good.
I can't.
Can't is not a word I understand. Say it again, but in English.
Impossible.
Haha, well, I do understand impossible, but I don't believe it. Alright, let's get our ancient buddies out for this fight. Dodging the explosions, just a little bit. Whirlwinding through the explosions in order to get something else to kill. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, very, very nearly Rift Guardian time. Oh, Protection Shrine.
You cannot stand before
Like that, just one Furious Charge just obliterated everything that came into it. Ooh, is that more? That is more yellows, alright. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, just over there, right. Focusing on you. And your friends.
I can't.
More Desecrated Vortex and Water, not the most threatening thing. Not like Arcane Enchanted Wall of Molten Vortex Frozen that we were dealing with the other night.
The Rift Guardian is here.
Okay, right. Let's loot everything and kill Rhyme. Hey, Rhyme. Been a while. Been a full season. How you doing? How's the wife? No wife. Okay, fine. Give us the cold shoulder. No, wait. Back off. I don't actually know if Rhyme does decent damage at this level. Probably does. Not going to risk it. Let's get some friends in on this. Speed it up just a bit. For Science standing in the middle. Did not even feel it. Alright, really don't care about Rift Guardians at this level. Raise a Rift Keystone, that'll do us well.
Long ago, I would open rifts for the
And some
Nephilim
death
to help
threats.
them train for battle. They fought bravely, facing
Alright, let's head back to town and go and talk to our good friend. Right, movement speed up.
But we are nothing unless we
And more cooldown reduction.
If you are to
Okay.
achieve your birthright, then conquer
And
them.
alright.
Excellent.
I grow in power.
Rift and Roll. Paragon 23 and Season Journey Part 1 complete. Now that feels quite worthwhile. Alright, let's have a quick look at the Season Journey Part 2 objectives. Dun 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 dun. Kill Magda at level 60 or higher. Well, we will do that. We won't do that this session. We've done a fair bit with 2 bosses and a single rift. So I think I'm going to finish that episode there. But thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed watching me plow through the start of Torment 1. We are going to finish the entirety of the season journey, of course. So join me again next time for more Diablo 3. I'll see you soon.